Bionic Gloves presents the Hands-On Golf Podcast, bringing anatomy and hand function to the forefront of glove design to improve comfort, fit, and performance.
Welcome everyone to this edition of the Bionic Gloves Hands-On Golf Podcast. My name is Chaz Rao, and I'm back again, and let's get right into this email that was sent to me at podcast@bionicgloves.com. Remember, you send in a story idea, we use it, you get a glove. Let's get right into this one, and this comes in from Frank from Maryland, and he says, Chaz, I have a problem with taking too much divot, or in other words, hitting shots that are too fat. Well, maybe your shots should go on a diet. I know, it's a bad joke. No, actually, we're going to speak with Barry Bonifield out here at the Crescent Hill Golf Course in Louisville, Kentucky, on how we can resolve this issue. So, Frank, just for putting up with my bad joke and you sending in this email, you're going to get the official Bionic Gloves. So, everyone, please send your story ideas in, podcast@bionicgloves.com, and if you do so, you'll get a glove as well if we use it. And let's go on the course now with Barry to see how we can make our divots less fat. Here we go. Okay, I know it's around here somewhere. Where did it go? I could have.
Chaz, what are you doing?
Oh, Barry?
How you doing?
Just looking for my divot. No, actually, it's I had to lead into the podcast, so I figured I'd have a little bit of Chaz humor in there.
Oh, gotcha.
But it does deal with a divot, and we have an email that comes in from Frank Chambers, and he says he takes too much divot when he hits the ball, or it's too fat. Do you have any advice or a drill that can help him hit the ball cleanly so he doesn't take the ground in the process?
I do, Frank. Good question, and thanks for asking it. A couple of things. It's somewhat common for golfers to take big divots. They're doing their best to stay down in the shot, and they're working hard at not coming away, and perhaps they've been told to keep their head down and all sorts of well-meaning advice. But essentially, when we go to hit the golf ball, when there is a divot, we want the divot to be from the golf ball forward, and we want it to be relatively thin, the divot itself. So the old saying is dollar bills, not pork chops. So long and thin, not deep and short, or like a big beaver pelt going out there.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, there you go. So to do that, once you bend into your posture, Frank, you want to bend forward and down, push your bottom out like you're getting ready to pick up something heavy. And then once you're bent, then this becomes your somewhat static position. We can rotate around that height as we come into the golf ball. I'm still at the same height. And then as the club comes past the golf ball, then it'll pull me into a higher position. But what I want to stay away from, and I'm betting this is what you're probably doing, the person can easily lose their bend on the backswing and be standing straight up, and then they give the club a throwing motion and come over the top at it and get real steep. So it usually looks something like this, like that. So typically that divot that a person will make will be to the left of where they're trying to go. That is going to result in a heavy fat shot or a pulled short iron shot. And you probably even have marks on the top of your driver, white marks from the golf ball hitting the top because of this overly steep angle of attack into the golf ball with the club head coming this direction. So a couple things to help you. Number one, when you stand over this golf ball, do your best to maintain a very level, light feeling. Stay level and light. Hold the club lightly, and don't try too hard to hit down at the golf ball. I want you to keep sight of the golf ball during your swing, but try to stay level and light so that your motion is moving forward as your body turns left into the swing. As my left hip, as I come through, my left hip is going to turn to my left, and my weight's going to leave the inside part of my right leg and move into my left side, like so. So I want to stay away from getting too heavy and too intent on hitting down at the golf ball. Now, I'll show you one thing that can help you, and this is an interesting drill, and I do this quite often with people I work with. And you can just get about 3 golf balls and put them under the outside of your right foot, like so. and you want to swing kind of medium at the golf ball on the practice area or out on the golf course by yourself. And keep those under your feet, under your right foot. And then as you swing through, you'll notice on your backswing, you can't get onto the outside of that foot or you're going to get on top of those balls and lose your balance. That'll help you keep your weight to the inside portion of your right leg. You're still into your right side at the top of your backswing and being loaded, but you're not going to the outside of your right leg, which is one of the #1 causes of hitting the ball fat. So once you get up here, your weight's to the inside, the balls are stopping you, then you can move forward and let your body turn to the left, and that should help you come into the ball with a little shallower angle of attack, and I think that'll help you. For more on that, be sure to see your PGA golf professional. Thanks for the question, Frank.
Thank you, Barry.
You're welcome.